Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making another favorite of mine. Now this one is not originated in Pennsylvania or anything like that. This is more of a southern style food. But when we cook out, we try to make this item quite a bit on the grill when we can. So today I'm going to be making southern fried cabbage. When we make it on the grill, we just chop it up in chunks, wrap it in aluminum foil with some butter and garlic, cook it on the grill until it's brown, and there you go. We eat that with our burgers and dogs. My daughter really loves eating fried cabbage that way, but this one's a little different. This one is a fan favorite in the South. This one's mixed in with some bacon and some sausage and some shrimp and everything else that, you know, get a little heat in there, a little kick to it. So, again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And I thank all you for watching and all the comments that come in. Like all the comments that came with my last video where everybody was correcting me on shepherd's pie. And sorry to say, that's how it was when I was a kid, and that's what they named it. So that's what I still call it. So without any delay, let's get this started. Alrighty, and here's the ingredients we were going to work with today. Bacon, shrimp. Usually you're only supposed to have one pack of this sausage right here, but they were buy one get one, so I was like, heck with it, I'll just throw it in there, have a little extra meat in there. And of course the spices we got going along here. Oil, the cabbage is the star of the show today, and a little apple cider vinegar. And with that, we're gonna get going. All right, now that I've got everything prepped, I got my bacon sliced and ready to fry. Cabbage is all sliced down. I took one pack of the sausage, cut them, sliced them in about 1/2 inch thick, and then cut them in half again to make like halves. Got the shrimp right here. What we're going to do first is we're going to put some oil in the shrimp. Now this shrimp's still partially frozen. You should let it thaw all the way out, but you know, I do things a little different, and I'm going to sprinkle a little oil in there. About 2 tablespoons of oil will be good on there. Then we're going to put some, I got your Slap Your Mama here. We're going to put some seafood spice on that. Going to kick it up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to put about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the spice in there. Okay. Then I have a little of this other kind of spice here I'm trying to use up. So I'm going to put just a smidge of that in just because like I said, I'm trying to use it up. But you can use any kind of seafood spice you like. If you don't like it hot, get something like Old Bay to put on there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take our bacon. We're going to start to fry up our bacon and get it all crisped up. Here's my handy dandy spoon everybody talks about online. And we're going to get this rolling. So what we're going to do is heat this up until this is all not crunchy but cooked 99% of the way through. Then we're going to skim off all the bacon, put it to the side, and use the grease to start frying the sausage and the shrimp. When that's done, we'll come right back. Okay, now that our bacon is fried up here, you can see that it's just starting to get to this point where it's getting hard. We don't want to leave it too rubbery, but we don't want it too crispy either. So bacon seems to get to a point when you're cooking it, it seems like it's raw, then all of a sudden it just starts cooking, and like it seems like it takes 15 minutes to start cooking, but then when it gets to that point, it just like it turns brown, and you got to watch it because it'll burn and get really hard, crisp fast. Okay, we're going to siphon all this out here. We're going to leave the bacon grease in there. Turn this down some. We're going to leave the bacon grease in here because we're going to use that to fry up the sausage. And then after the sausage, we're going to put the seafood in there. I'm sorry, the shrimp. We're going to put the shrimp in there. And then we're going to start to put this all together. So right now we're just going to put the sausage in there. I'm going to fry that up as well. Put that to the side. Again, we're going to use that grease. And we're going to fry this up a little bit. You just want the edges to get just a little crispy, start to get a little brown. You don't want to overcook it. It doesn't have to be rock hard like the bacon will get if you leave it in there too long. So we're just gonna use that same oil in there, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that out, and then we're gonna pour our shrimp in there, and we're gonna use that same oil again for the shrimp. And then at the end, we're gonna pull that back out, and with all those flavors mixed in with that oil, we're gonna add our other spices to it, the garlic, the onion, some spices other, and then we're gonna put the cabbage in. And we're gonna cook all that cabbage in with that grease and let that grease absorb into that cabbage, because cabbage is really dry and it'll absorb up a lot of this oil anyway. And then at the end, we're gonna put it all together. So right now, we're just gonna let this crisp up as well, like we did the bacon. And then we'll be right back. Alrighty. Now, as you can see, this sausage is starting to crisp up here on the edges. So we're gonna scoop all that out of there, mix it in with the bacon a while. I'm gonna try to siphon off a lot of that grease back into the pan. Alrighty. Oh, almost dropped it on the floor. Alright, got all the sausage and now we're going to put the shrimp in there. Now we're going to drop this in little at a time like this, because with that water mixing with that grease, it can cause a big flare up. So we want to go easy here. You don't want to start any fires or nothing by just dumping it in there or burning yourself. And after it gets saturated, and then you can dump the rest in. After everything calms down, we'll just dump the rest of that in. And at the end, again, we're gonna, when this is all turning pink, this ain't gonna take like 4 to 6 minutes till this is all pink. You don't want to overcook it; it gets too rubbery and hard to chew on, but you don't want to leave it obviously raw. So we're gonna cook this until it starts to turn pink. Then we're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna mix all of our oil, your onion and your garlic and your spices in there, and then we're going to add the cabbage in, and then we're going to start to cook that down. Okay, now it's been like 5 minutes. See, these shrimps here are nice and cooked. We're going to take them all out of there. Try to strain off that juice again. And this shrimp is deveined, skin off and tail off. You don't want to have any parts of the shell left on here. Take me a minute to get all these out of here. There's quite a bit in here. Other recipes call for smaller amounts, but I always figure the more meat, the better. That's how I look at things. More meat you can stick in there, the better. Okay. Now, here is some of my easy onion that I'm going to use here. We want to put in here like 1 large onion. I'm going to put in what I have in here. I'm not really an onion person. Everybody knows that from watching my videos. I'd rather use dehydrated onion, but that can get a little crunchy with this kind of recipe that I'm doing, so I'm going to use the easy onion. And then I'm going to put in here about 2 tablespoons of garlic. This is minced garlic right here. You can use minced or crushed. And then put in here a little red pepper flake, just maybe a pinch or so of this. You don't need very much. And this is optional. You don't have to put this in unless you want to kick the spice level up a little bit. And we'll put in there about a teaspoon of smoked paprika. This is since a bigger batch, maybe we'll go a little over that. And we're going to give us a mix around here. Get all these flavors incorporated. Get that garlic and onion there cooked in with those oils from the bacon grease and all those different flavors from the sausage and the shrimp. We're going to cook this till on simmer till it starts to cook down a little bit, which is about 2 minutes or so. It's going to start to thicken up here, as you can see. Let me move this a little closer for you so you can get an eyeball of what's going on here. There we go. Now we can see what's going on. Okay. I'm going to turn this down on low again. And we're going to add in here like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to put in here a little bit of butter here. I want salted butter. We're going to put in 2 tablespoons of salted butter. And this is to give a nice buttery taste when you're eating that cabbage, because it's going to coat on there. And that's what we're trying to do here. Okay. You can see all my spices in my refrigerator there. And there we go. Okay, put that back in there. Okay. Now we're going to let this cook down for just a moment till that butter melts. And then we're going to add our cabbage in. Man, that's smelling real good. Got all those spices from the seafood spice, a little bit of the garlic and onion coming through. Got that vinegar popping with starting to mix together. Got this butter going. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take the cabbage that I had sliced up, took the hearts out, and cut this down in strips. You don't have to cut it so small that you can't work with it, but cut it down in strips. We're just going to lay it in there. Put it all in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook this on low, stirring like every couple minutes until the cabbage turns really soft and translucent. And for now, we're just going to let it sit there like that, and we'll be right back. Okay, now that this is simmered down some and started to turn a little translucent here, softened up, still needs a little ways to go. So what we're going to do, it's about halfway done. We're going to let it simmer for like another 20 minutes or so. But now we're going to add all the meats in there. Get all them flavors incorporated together. And this is going to be some good eating right here. Okay. I'm going to stir this around and let it keep simmering. I'm actually going to cover it with a lid and let it on there for another 20-25 minutes till these get really, really soft. And cabbage gets almost to the point where you can see through it. And then we'll serve some out and give it a try. Does look good though. Does look good. Alrighty. We can see how that looks now. Take a little bit out of here. Some of that cabbage. Nice and tender. Makes a nice big pot too. So if you got a nice family and you can take some of this to work, that'd be great. Okay, now we'll do the little taste test and we'll be right back. Alrighty. Wow, that is really good. I'm gonna let the cabbage in there for just a couple more minutes. It's right on the edge where you want it to be, but I think a couple more minutes will be good. Really good flavor. There's the sausage. There's some of the bacon right there, seafood, cabbage. Nice spice level. Really, really good. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I'm going to, and my co-workers will as well. Thank you very much.